If you feel aligned, I really don't know why you're watching this video, but welcome anyway, because that's what we're talking about. I talked about alignment in, I believe, my last video, but really, sometimes, no matter how many alignment affirmations, spiritual guru guidance videos we watch, it can still make us feel stumbled because we are just stuck in this perpetual loop. There's no real answer why. There's no real reason why. It's just literally a feeling. So it can be really complicated trying to get back into alignment and really doing things as literally as simple as tarot card. And I talk about this all the time. This is not the epitome of spirituality, okay? Tarot cards, witchcraft, and yada yada yoga, none of those make you a spiritual person, but hear me out. They help ground you. They help you get back into the rhythm of understanding how everything is connected. Because sometimes we go on vacation. Sometimes we're like, yeah, I'm gonna do something else for a long time and play video games or whatever. We get distracted. Or, something happens in our life that fumbles us. Those things are okay and they're bound to happen, but it's just about realizing how easy it's going to be for you to get back into alignment and back into a shift. No, it won't feel that easy, but it really is. Doing things like this, tarot readings, just going through and trusting the process, simply trust can get you back into alignment. But that one's a little bit more complicated because we're humans and stuff. But anyway, so I'm gonna not even bother pulling these cards because they're just gonna fly out at me. But yeah, there's a lot to really discover about ourselves, and being out of alignment is sometimes what you need. So it's not like you're actually necessarily unaligned. It's just a feeling that you're unaligned, and so your things shift off and feel weird, but you're actually handling things a lot better than you used to, and that, my friends, is the ultimate test. The universe likes to test us. It really does. My patience and everything else. Anyway, so we're going to talk about these cards, because these cards, if you're new to this channel, are going to tell us, reveal to us a little tidbit of what we're talking about. It's going to be like our little guidance for the evening or the next 10-15 minutes. Anyway, so the Devil card, shifting out of this predictable venture and just going through and trusting the process can be very scary and almost frightening. However, the divine feminine, the true divine feminine, somebody who's in her power, in her element, light, dark, all of that, shifted out of 3D into 5D, she will find herself dancing naked. And that's not what's going on in this card, of course, but she will find herself dancing naked in a field of flowers because she is euphoric and happy and blossoming herself. So there is this strongness, this strength in the chaos that she finds, and that's why she finds herself dancing in the inferno and the flames, because it's things are chaotic, things are weird, things are tricky. You know what that means? That means I'm being tested by the universe, and I'm just gonna throw that card across the room and realize that everything is the way it was meant to be anyways. So when you feel off, it's not always the end of the world. It's not always just the universe trying to tell you hey, go do some yoga or whatever, but you probably should, just to stretch or whatever. You don't have to be a hippie, just stretch your legs a little bit. Breathe in some outdoor air and just, revitalize your energy, because there's a lot of resets that we go through in life. You're never gonna stop resetting. I feel like there's this idea, this concept that there's this end goal with spirituality, and there isn't. It's a perpetualism. Spirituality is perpetualism. You literally gain your own rhythm and your own rituals that make you feel aligned with yourself. It's not just about following somebody else's guidance. It's not just about doing what other people put in this like self-help class. Those are useful. I'm not knocking on them. I'm not. But the thing is, it's not, don't go to somewhere and look for all these answers, because you won't find them, or you'll have these expectations, and when these things don't meet your expectations, you're just going to disappoint deep out of yourself. So don't do it. There's no point, because if you have zero expectations, I know that's difficult. It's a lot easier to say than it is to actually do. But once you have like way less expectations, or just zero is the goal here, like maybe not zero, but you know what I mean. Like, just that's going to make you feel less angsty, like less chaotic. And so that in itself is a way with dancing with fire, because you feel less chaotic because you're trusting the process. And so it's not so much anxiety in your head. You're just realizing that, hey, there's things going on outside of the world, outside of me, that I have no control over. That's somebody else's chaos, not mine. I'm just gonna wait, or not even wait. I'm just gonna attract the things that are meant for me, and just be like, yeah, go over there with that. Not mine. So the Ace of Pentacles, bro, that's the next card. So this is just like your evidence that everything that feels unaligned is actually aligned. I know. It's like, oh, what are we even talking about? I know. Trust me. I know. But having that idea that things, 422, that things are supposed to be a certain ways, again, it's going to put this expectation in your head. And when you have like this, like, forgive me, but this oblivious expectation of how things are going to go down anyway, and you have no idea of how they could go down, well, I mean, one, you're just gonna, again, you're gonna disappoint yourself. I can't say it enough. Don't disappoint yourself, because dancing in the chaos is going to bring you this softness and this caressness with your shadow, that you know that even when things feel like off, or you're not exactly where you want to be, there's this, we're never just shifting straight up. Like, success and the end goal, it's not going to be straight up. It's not going to be like this straight arrow up. It's going to be like zigzags, pauses, stops, these gaps in between things. But it's really about receiving what you need, what's necessary in your life, like food, water, good health, good vibes, good energy, good friends, communication, just like growing, learning new things. Like, all of these things fill your soul, like way more than materialism. And again, like, I'm not knocking money, bro, but if that's your goal, that's your aim, then aim for it. But do things that you're passionate about, because it's going to shine more in the regular world. People are going to see that. People see a lot more than what you believe you show them, by the way. Let that sit with you. So, again, just allowing yourself this beauty in the chaos. Like, see, there's like these wands with like flames. Like, we're cool holding the fire. Like, we can hold this torch and hold it up high and not, I'm sorry, it was bugging me, this card that I flew. And we can hold this like inferno in our hands and realize that it's just pure magic, and that's all it is. And it's not something that's evil, it's not something that's dark, it's not something that's just gonna melt us into oblivion. It's like this pure bliss in knowing that even when things are uneven, unsatisfied, shifting, disappearing, dissipating, whatever it is, wherever they're going, like, it's a part of the world. It's a part of the system. It's a part of the process. So just trust the process. Haven't I said that enough times in this video for you to just click in your head? I know, it's crazy. I have a new deck, by the way. We're just gonna, I know this deck is going to make you feel a little, but it's just called the Pleasure Oracle, and it's ideally I would have wanted it to be a little juicier than what it is too. Let's be honest, but we're on YouTube anyway, so I wouldn't show you this deck if I wasn't able to. Let me show you my deck real quick. God, Jesus. We got this. See, even when things are chaotic, we can still just not lose our shit. Oh, you're sickers. Anyway. So, okay. There's this beauty in finding yourself again, and you have to be lost in order to find yourself. I feel like I made that up, but I didn't. I know I got it from somewhere, and I don't remember where, but you know, like, there's this beauty in finding yourself again. You can't find yourself if you're not lost. So, you know, allow yourself to lose yourself. Allow yourself to lose things, places, people, whatever it is. Allow yourself to lose it, because like, one, it's probably gonna go somewhere it's actually meant to be anyway. Like, maybe somebody else needs that fine piece of jewelry you lost last week in the bathroom. That wasn't me. It really wasn't. I don't go anywhere. But you know what I mean? Like, just because like you've lost something that's really valuable to you, like, you're putting all this value on it anyway, and I mean, some things are actually replaceable. Maybe some things are heirlooms. They're not exactly replaceable, and like, maybe it was a gift from somebody important to you, but it's not, you know, it's not things that we need to necessarily hold on to, and having all this this pressure. I think the cards are saying I should just pull one. Yeah, I think that's what that was. Anyway, so like, it's going to just allow you to breathe a lot easier when you just allow yourself some freedom. Look at that. Look at this. Look at this. Welcome to the Pleasure Dome, a place for sensual exploration of your longings, desires, and drives, body and soul. Did I not just tell you that you're finding yourself again? Come on. Use this pleasure oracle cards for divinations. I think this is actually just the beginning card for the deck, but that was still a message of its own. Why does that just look like a regular card? I feel like there should have been a little booklet added to this deck, but whatever. Let's just try this one more time, because that was actually pretty on cue. May it awaken your expression, switch on your self-worth, and mobilize your inner innate power in service of making your life and the world around you a more pleasurable place. Again, it's all about finding pleasure in things. So like, when you're angsty, when you're like just stuck in a feeling. Oh look, wait. There's actually enough cards here. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. Really didn't think that would be that hard to pick up. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. There's this beauty in like allowing yourself to release things that don't serve you. There's a beauty in releasing things that you're uncertain of. If you don't know for certain, it's okay to let it go. Sometimes we get stuck in situationships, relationships, people, places, and things, jobs, whatever, because we feel like we don't have anywhere else to go, or we don't know how to place ourselves somewhere else. So the serpent. In a world that deals in oppression and dominance, empowerment is often equated with sin. This is about accepting your shadow, you. And just as Eve was demonized for tasting the fruit of knowledge, so our contemporary culture still finds a sexual self-awareness unappealing. But to know thyself is the mystic's greatest work and the lover's greatest test. And action, the more we know about ourselves, especially as shadow selves. Come on, guys, listen to this. The same thing. It's the same card, but just it's different. God. The more we understand the people in our lives and society at scale, the more we learn about ourselves and our shadow, the more we learn about the rest of the world, bro. That's pretty deep. And so exhilarating and freeing. What are desires, fears, and drives are you repressing from yourselves? How can you dig them up daily? How would your life transform if you embraced and integrated them without judgment? Don't be afraid to taste the fruit. Don't be afraid to try new things. Don't be afraid to lose things. Don't be afraid. The fear within you is just this temporary feeling and emotion that you allow yourself to experience. You don't have to experience it. The fear can drive you also into places that are better for you, but it's not that ideal or wise to place judgment that way and trust the fear process, because it will bring you into a sort of alignment, but it's also going to just kind of like make you feel like, well, I got no control over nothing, when you actually have lots of control over everything. You're not utilizing it. Your shadow is very important. This is a big reason why people practice witchcraft, because it allows them to trust what they actually want and not be fearful of that type of stuff. Like, if you have kinks, if you have, like, you know, weird fantasies, strange fantasies, I should say. Maybe weird's a derogatory term in this case. I don't know. Anyway. But, like, you know, when you have, like, these weird ideas, like, sometimes we, like, I don't know, like, I guess here's a strange example. Wearing my death shirt. You probably can't even tell. It's a bunch of dead things on me. Go figure. And, wow. When we create art out of, like, dead things, and we, like, bring them back to life, a lot of people are, like, see that sort of artwork as demonic. They start to question, you know, how something died, if it was, you know, if that animal had, like, a life worth living before it was killed, or whatever happened, because it's not always, you know, some people actually, you know, recycle the bones that they find on Earth. I do it actually pretty often. There's, like, a case full of bones that I found, like, out in the open, out in the fields. I live out in the country, so I have that luxury. But, like, when we find death and we create art out of death, it's very shunned by a lot of people, and it's, like, really dark and confusing for a lot of people why people would find that beautiful. And some people make really strange art too, so there's, like, that. But, like, it's something different, it's something beautiful, and it's something exhilarating for a lot of people. And other people are not going to see that same perception of what it is. And it's like, well, the idea behind it is bringing life into something that died, bringing it back and giving it a chance to live again through art, or, you know, whatever it is. Taxidermy is crazy. It's a really crazy. If you have ever seen, like, the weird the Oddities Expo, if you haven't, go check them out on Instagram. They're really cool. They have, like, this expo. I think they mostly do it in Oregon, but they go and travel and have, like, different road shows. But it's really cool because different artists will bring in their, like, weird art from taxidermy, from dead things, or just really random things that they found, and they'll make really strange art out of it, and it's, like, really cool and beautiful. Like, there's these people on, like, YouTube who just have, like, the most random objects that you can find in life, and those things make them joyous. They bring life into their home again. I have changed and shifted this room so it brings me much more peace and happiness. There are people out there that have nothing in their room besides, like, maybe a TV and a bed. I don't get that. That would never make me want to just chill in my house and just relax. I would just be like, yeah, this place is boring. This place is grungy. It's empty. I want to leave. Maybe that's good for people too. Maybe that gets them out of the house. Maybe that's their motivator. I don't know. But my thing is you gotta create a space and to bring you into alignment. So making a space and exploring ideas and concepts within and without yourself is going to help you find yourself aligned again. So don't have these expectations of, like, affirmations And abundance music is really actually pretty therapeutic, so I'm not going to talk too much crap about it, but like therapeutic music, like theta waves, like just check it out. I'm just saying. But like, all of these things, they're not going to be the key. There's not a golden key or a golden flask or whatever it is that your expectations are that's going to tell all and give you, like, there are people who are going to pretend in the world that there is, and that it's like ayahuasca or some type of psychedelic or something that they just experienced in their life. That's them. It has nothing to do with you. Finding yourself means that you have to lose yourself to find yourself again. So it's going to be a test in life, and it's not a test to brutalize you. It's a test to help you reaffirm who you are. And nobody needs that more than you do for yourself. So just trust that, trust yourself more than you trust others. Wow, that sounded really, really awful the way I said that. You probably should in a lot of ways, but like don't take that one too hard, okay? Anyway, so like just trust yourself in this process, because trusting yourself, again, like your intuitive process. If you watch any of these main title videos, I'm just making a series that's simplified for everybody, where you can allow yourself to just understand the simplest things and bring them into bigger concepts. So having these general concepts will help you make larger concepts that you can utilize and change and interact with. So I hope this video helped today. I hope it brings you a different perception of what alignment and unalignment actually is, because they can go hand in hand sometimes. They really can. It's an awful knowing, but it's also pretty freeing when you understand that, because then you're like, oh well, this is where I'm supposed to be too. Yeah. Anyway, I love you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and please, even if you didn't like it, just hit the like button. It takes you like no effort to do it. Just please do it. I love you guys. Help me out. Hit the like, subscribe button, and I will be getting much more aligned with my own self. I've shifted, I've traveled, I've done some things. I just finished school, so I'm getting back into a ritual. I'm getting back into a rhythm, a program that I make in myself. So I'm sorry. Just bear with me, but I'm going to have some consistency again, I swear. I love you guys. Bye.